So, the Formula One season ended in December. I have spent the last few weeks just empty on the inside. No Grand Prix, nothing to do, no Formula One memes. They say the darkest hour comes just before the dawn. And right when I was at my lowest point of no Formula One, Breitling sent me the juiciest email and this watch through. So this is the Navitimer B01 Chronograph 43 Aston Martin Aramco Formula One team. Yeah, the name is a bit of a mouthful. And yeah, Breitling is now the official watch partner for Aston Martin F1, and it makes so much sense. I'm pretty excited on multiple layers. Firstly, I'm a watch person, so it's always exciting to get new watches. Secondly, I love Formula One. And thirdly, I am a Canadian who lives in the UK, so of course I have a soft spot for Aston Martin. And Fernando Alonso is gonna be wearing a Breitling. Oh my gosh! This video will mostly be about reason one. This watch may be the coolest Navitimer ever made. Really quickly, before we go any further, some housekeeping. This video is not sponsored by Breitling. I'm not being paid in any way. I don't get to keep a watch. This is an enthusiast channel. I just talk about the watches I like and I'm excited by. Breitling did pay for some postage, but there's no secret agenda. There's no conspiracy theory. There's nothing like that. I'm in it for the love of the game. I like seeing watches and making videos. It's an enthusiast channel. I asked them to send it to me because I really liked it and I thought it would be cool to show on here. Okay, so you know how Tudor has their Daring collection, where they have their weird carbon fiber takes on classic watches? This kind of feels like the Breitling equivalent. It's their high performance interpretation of a classic iconic model. From afar, this kind of looks like a normal Navitimer, but it's when you get a closer look, every element is different. Most noticeable is the chartreuse seconds hand and the texture carbon fiber dial. The case is in titanium, Arabic numerals at 12 o'clock. I can't find any other Navi model that has this, and the strap might be my favorite part. Inspired by a seatbelt, it kind of feels like a seatbelt. Then we have the chartreuse color outlining it and Aston Martin green on the underside. I am not being hyperbolic when I say every single design element has been swapped around to celebrate this partnership. Looking at the specifications, this has a case diameter of 43 millimeters, a thickness of 13.6 mil, and a lug-to-lug measurement of 49 millimeters. I always say the Navitimer wears smaller than the numbers would suggest, so here it is on my 5.5-inch wrist and my husband's 7-inch wrist. For me, I wouldn't go for the 43 millimeter Navi, but I think it looks perfect. It looks completely in place on my husband's wrist. I would recommend this for the average to larger sized wrist, so a 6.5-inch wrist circumference and up. The material is titanium, 30 meters of water resistance, so maybe not the watch to wear to the beach, and these are very limited. 1959, 1,959 pieces being made to pay tribute to the year Aston Martin first joined Formula One. One thing I would say is it doesn't feel as light as titanium usually does. Chronographs are just heavier by nature and the complexity of the movements, so it doesn't feel as light as a titanium diver would. One of the things I wasn't sure about from the pictures was the dial. Was it going to look too much like camo or something like that? It wouldn't be my thing, but it's great in person. The carbon look with little pops of Aston Martin green, especially against the chartreuse hand, it looks really cool. More subtle than I thought it would be, and I would describe this as the sportiest Navi maybe ever. Let's talk about the movement. It's got a cool one, powered by the Breitling manufacturer caliber B01. This is self-winding, as you can probably tell by the rotor, 70 hours of power reserve, and COSC certification. Rock solid movement. Breitling is one of the few manufacturers that I can think of that COSC certifies every single movement, even their quartz. They take accuracy very seriously, which kind of leads me nicely to why I think this partnership works. I've always thought watches and motor racing, they make sense. They are two disciplines that are all about precision, technology, innovation, and like the marriage of human engineering and technical abilities in creating machines. Formula One is a lot of things happening all at once. It's not just drivers going really fast, although that is an aspect to it as well. It's just as much about the engineers who create the machines, aerodynamics, downforce, pit stops, engines, then strategy, fuel management, tire strategy, etc. And then unknowable things, track conditions, safety cars, weather changes. Then, of course, the people, the drivers, the team drivers and how they feel about each other, who gets priority, or is there even a priority? Papaya, looking at you. It's drama, emotions, friendships, and rivalry, all coming together with cool engineering and tech. And I would say it's one of the things that makes, I would say it's all these things coming together that makes Formula One maybe the most interesting sport. I've been bugging Breitling as long as they've been replying to my emails about getting into Formula One. I think they're a perfect brand sponsor. Storied mainstream name, best known for chronographs, and it's a sport that's growing into a lot of big markets like the US and Asia. Breitling is also a brand that's on the warpath of growth under Breitling Group. I guess, is that what they're calling it? I don't know, but it made a lot of sense to me. This is a good partnership and a watch that genuinely feels like a proper tribute to this new chapter. I realize I've been really complimentary this whole video. I really like this, but this is a me style of watch. Even right now, I'm wearing the Endurance Pro. A lot of people wouldn't like this, but this Navitimer is right up my alley. But I can see why other people wouldn't like it. This isn't your classic Navi. This isn't the one you buy as your first Breitling. This is for someone who likes experimental and different materials like carbon fiber and titanium, likes a chartreuse color pop, feels comfortable with 43 millimeters, and it helps if they like F1. This is for a very specific customer, and it won't be for everyone, as I'm sure the comment section will reflect. I should say, this is the first titanium Navitimer example that I can think of. I know there's a titanium Navitimer Aerospace, but like for the classic Navi, I believe this is a first. I'm really excited to get a read of what you guys think about this in the comments down below. What do you think? What is your first instincts when you see this watch? Do you like it? Dislike it? Let me know. Something I love about Breitling is that they're not afraid to remix classic designs with performance materials, and even with specific models prioritizing function over form, like the Endurance Pros. Quick little shameless self-promotion plug. If you like watch content like this, I have a podcast with my dear and beloved friend Adrian Barker, who also has a YouTube channel, but you probably already know that. We just talk watches. He's one of my best friends in the watch industry. It's called the Movement Podcast. The first half of every episode is free. I mean, I think it's worth a listen. You might not, but I really like making it. I'll link it down below if you want to go check it out. For now, thank you for your viewership. Thank you to Breitling for sending this through. It's amazing. And thank you to the Pope tier patrons. Get their names on the screen.